Hello everyone, my name is Roya and today is Top 5 Wednesday. Today's topic is favorite retellings. And by the way, Top 5 Wednesday was created by Lainey at Ginger Reads Lainey, whose channel I will link down below. So looking at my list of books that I have read, I have not read that many retellings, and a lot of the ones I have read were not that good. So I really could only come up with 5, weirdly enough. There were a lot that I planned to read, but there are very few that I've actually read. So anyway, here we go. Number 1 is The Looking Glass Wars. I'm not sure who wrote that, but The Looking Glass Wars are a retelling of Alice in Wonderland. Alice is actually, and her name is spelled Alyss, and she's a princess in Wonderland, but when she's a little girl, she gets banished to the real world in like olden day England because her mother's sister, who's the Red Queen, wants the throne for herself, and she takes it over and kills Alice's parents. So Alice at first has some magic left over from her home in the Wonderlandish place, but it soon dwindles like the longer she stays in the real world, and she gets adopted by a nice family, but they're like a proper English family, and they're like, why do you spell your name so weird? It's Alise, you little weirdo. And then she basically gets made fun of too much and all this stuff, and finally just one day she decides, hey, I'm gonna stop believing in all this craziness because it's obviously just not real or something. But then one day she finds out that really it is real and she was right all along and she needs to go back there. And so the whole Wonderlandish place world is really weird. It's a little bit different from what we're used to seeing, but it's also really the same as well. I have not read the rest of the series. I've only read the first book, shame on me, but I plan to read the rest because it's pretty cool. Number 2 is The Gates of Sleep by Mercedes Lackey, and that is a retelling of Sleeping Beauty. It basically takes place in the kind of a fantasy world version of like Victorian times, something like that. So everyone in that world is like an elemental mage, and so the Sleeping Beauty character is named Marina, and she is a water person, and so she can control like water creatures and all this stuff. So she grew up with friends of her deceased parents and all of this stuff, and like she loves her life. Her life is awesome, and then one day she gets taken by, is it her aunt or someone? Yeah, I think it's her aunt who's like evil and is trying to just win her over for like selfish reasons, and yeah, it's like really weird. So she pricks her finger on something, she falls asleep, etc., etc. But it's a really good book. I highly recommend it. Mercedes Lackey's books have been really hit or miss for me. Like either I don't like them that much or I think they're really awesome. And that one is definitely my favorite Mercedes Lackey book I've ever read. Number 3 is The Mists of Avalon by Marion Zimmer Bradley. That's her name. Okay, so that book is huge and it's really awesome. It is an Arthurian retelling told from the women's perspectives, and they're all really awesome, especially Morgane. She does some great things with like the world building and everything, and it's just really, really interesting the whole way through. Number 4 is A Court of Thorns and Roses. I just hit some of the books that are on my desk, damn it. Okay, putting them back now. So, A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas is a book that is loosely based on Beauty and the Beast. I did a review of it a couple months ago. It's about a girl named Feyre who basically kills a stag or something that turns out to be a fairy, and then she has to go and live with the fairies and do all this stuff, and it's really, really crazy, really interesting, and I definitely recommend it. Of course, the last book, the #1 fairy tale retelling is The Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer. Was there any doubt? Okay, so basically, if you haven't read this series at all, if you know nothing about it at all, the first book is Cinder, and it focuses on a cyborg named Cinder, and her foot falls off, and she's obviously Cinderella. She lives with her stepmother and 2 stepsisters, and she works as a mechanic, but they like don't appreciate anything she does. And she's in love with the prince, but he is like crazy, and he has to marry this lady from the moon. Second book is called Scarlet, and in that one we are joined by Little Red Riding Hood, whose name is Scarlet in these books, and she shows up and she's pretty awesome. And then the third book, they both of them are joined by Rapunzel, who is this character named Cress, who is a hacker who has been living in a satellite since she was a little girl. And finally, this book came out this past month, and it is called Winter. And they are joined by Winter, who is the Snow White character, and she's really awesome. So basically, this whole series crams a lot of different fairy tale retellings into a really weird sci-fi setting, and it kicks butt. Cinder seriously blew me away. This whole series blew me away, and it's amazing. So I've been like reading them as they came out, and every time I've been like, holy shit, what happens next? Why isn't the whole series out now? But the whole series is out now, so if you want to read it now and you haven't read it before, you haven't read it yet, you don't have to be left at a cliffhanger because all the books are out. Yay! Anyway, those are my favorite fairy tale retellings. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what your favorite fairy tale retellings are in the comments below, because I definitely want to hear about more of them. And I will see you soon with another video. Bye!